Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Richard's Toy Room. Today's video is going to once again be about Target and their, I guess the word is failure. You'll understand as we go on. Well, as you know, in the last video that I made, I was talking about how difficult it was to find Wave 2 in Target, and I was basically blasting them for their horrible handling of the Mego 2018 rollout. So later that week I had an appointment about 20 to 25 minutes away from where I live. Within that 20-minute drive I have accessibility to at least 4 Targets, and then you can hit probably about 2 or 3 more within a half an hour, maybe more than that. So anyway, this one happened to be probably the 5th closest Target to me, and it was 2 miles from my appointment. So anyway, stopped in there, and I turn the aisle and I see Richie Cunningham, plain as day, on the peg. So I was a little bit excited at that point. I thought, oh, okay, well, they've at least put Wave 2 figures out at this store. Unfortunately, he was the only carded Wave 2 figure. They did have the Wizard of Oz, and as I looked on the bottom shelf where they condensed down the 14-inch figures, I saw Poison Ivy, so I thought, well, maybe I'll luck out and they'll have the 14-inch figures. Now, as you know from previous videos, I'm not crazy about the 14-inch line. I don't like the scale, and they have issues as well. Mostly the long neck, and the heads on the females are just a little too big. I don't remember if they had a full house from Wave 2 there or not, but they definitely had the Genie and Star Trek, and they had plenty of Wave 1. So as I flicked through the pegs, the only one they had was Richie Cunningham of Wave 2. I think they also had Phoebe, if I'm not mistaken. I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I didn't want either of those because I don't like the Charm line, and I already have the original Happy Days figure, so I don't really need another Richie. He's not even that great looking in the original, so why would I want a copy of that? Now Fonzie, I was tempted to get him, but they didn't put the thumbs up action. But now that they've been marked down to $9.74 on sale this week, that's still October 20th, by the way, I'm thinking about picking up a Fonzie. Still not 100% sure if I will or not. Anyway, so this is before that sale. Now, this is the week before Target was running a coupon sale where if you spend $50 on toys, you get $10 off. If you spend $100 on toys, you get $25 off. So I was really tempted, since I can't find the Wave 2s anywhere in the stores, to order them online and use that coupon signal. So anyway, so since I couldn't find any of the 8-inch figures on the pegs, I went and asked someone. He came over, of course he didn't know what I was talking about. He came over and he starts bleeping his gun on the tags on the shelf, and he's like, oh, we don't have this, we don't have that, we don't have this, we don't have that. He goes, oh, we show 9 of this one. And I thought he meant 9 cases of these. So he said, they're in the back. I said, well, he says, which ones do you want? I said, well, I want a bunch of them. I said, could you bring them out and we look through them? Oh yeah, sure. So he goes in the back, he's gone a few minutes, he comes back out, he's got this box under his arm. And I was like, is he bringing them out one at a time? Or he says, this is all we have. He says, the other box had 3 checkoffs in it, and they were on the shelf, so I didn't figure you wanted those. I said, oh, I thought you had 9 cases, not 9 figures. So then my heart started sinking a little bit. I was like, oh, these are probably Wave 1 figures. They're not going to be anything I want in here. So we opened it up. It was still sealed. So the first thing, he opens it up and I see the back of the card, and it's got Bewitched on it. And I'm like, oh, sweet. So these are definitely Wave 2 figures. So I got Samantha. I was like, I'll definitely take that. So not having seen how these are packed, even though I had a suspicion from reading online, another Samantha. So I was like, I'll take that as well. That's going to be a Christmas gift for somebody. Then, as those made their way out of the way, I could see down in the box, I saw Star Trek figures. And I was like, oh, please do not be Spock. Because that's the only other single-packed figure in this wave. So he picks this up, and it's the Gorn, which is the one figure I've wanted the most out of this whole line. So, of course, since there's 2 per box, another Gorn. Now, I don't really need 2 Gorns, but I know they're hard to get, and they're not even available online. So I thought, I'm going to get it, and worst comes to worst, I can always just take it back. But I could probably trade it off or sell it to something. Maybe for a Wave 3 figure, who knows, because I don't know how hard those are going to be when they come out. So then in the bottom of the box, I couldn't see because he kind of turned it towards him, and he pulls out Frankenstein. The other hard to find figure of this wave that everybody wants, and of course, 2 Frankenstein. So I said, you know what? I'll take the whole case and give me the box. I'll take the box too, because it's not like labeled or stamped Mego anywhere on it, but it's got a sticker that says Mego. I don't know if I'll actually keep it, but anyway. So I ended up with 6 new figures, and of course I'm keeping 3 of them for myself, and one of these is for my friend Russ, and the Gorn I'm not sure what I'm going to do with, and as I said before, Samantha's a gift and the other Samantha's for me. So that's what we got there. I decided I'm going to, since this came out to something like, they were $12.99 at the time. Well, this was something like 80 bucks almost right here for these before tax. So I thought, well, I'll pick up one of the 14-inch figures. I really love Green Lantern as a character. He didn't look bad. I love the sculpt on the head. I'm sure his neck is probably not as short as they're saying. I think I'll still like him. So I'm also going to do a separate video on unboxing him, and I'm going to do a review on him. So anyway, I picked up him, and that only came out to like $97 and odd change. So I was like $2 and something short of the 100 bucks to save 25 bucks on these. So I thought, well, I better not take a chance. And I was kind of in a hurry because someone was waiting for me in the car, because I wasn't expecting any to actually be in the store to begin with. So now I'm kind of like almost in a rush. So I grabbed a Kelly from Charlie's Angels. I figured, well, if I'm going to buy a figure that I don't really want or hadn't planned on buying in the first place, this is my least not wanted figure, if that makes sense. So I picked up Kelly from Charlie's Angels, and I threw her in with this bunch. And I got to the register and I asked the guy, I said, does it have to be before tax? He goes, yeah. I was like, ah, crap. So ended up, you know, being like $110 for all with the Kelly figure plus tax, and then $25 off. So I don't remember what the exact total was, but it was a good deal. Anyway, so now, that was a Thursday, last Thursday. Saturday comes along and I decide I'm going to order the rest of Wave 2 online, because now that I've got the Gorn and the Frankenstein, which I can't get online, and I was going to order Samantha online, I deleted her off of my shopping cart on Target.com, and I deleted the Green Lantern off because I had planned on getting him as well. And I figured out if I split up the orders with the figures that I wanted, I could get a $10 off 50 and a 25 off 100 order. So I actually saved $35 off of $150, roughly a little over $150 purchase. So I also ordered 3 more 14-inch figures, and I ordered all the other Wave 2 figures that I wanted from Wave 2. And then the next day, Target put all the Megos on sale at 25% off. So now, I called Target and I explained to them, I just bought these last night online, and even with the coupon, they're still cheaper with the 25% off sale. So they said I could just bring the receipt in and I could just get credit for the difference of what I paid and what they are on sale for. I said, well, what about the ones that I have coming in the mail? I said, they may not be here until after the 20th, which is the last day of the sale. She was really nice. I can't remember her name, but the manager, I talked to her on the phone, and she said, oh, we'll honor that for 2 weeks, up to 2 weeks after the sale. So she says, once you get the invoices, just bring it in and we will credit you the difference on the ones you ordered online as well. I was like, okay, sweet, that's cool. So I said, well, what about all the figures that I've bought since August 1st, basically, when July 30th, August 1st, around there. When Megos first came out, I said, can I get credit back on those? She goes, no, we only go back 2 weeks. I said, well, what if I brought them back and returned them? Because you have a 90-day return policy. I haven't opened any of them yet. I said, could I return them and then just rebuy them? Well, no, because we have to return them to stock first. So, you know, they kind of shaft you on doing stuff like that. So I went to the store this week, Monday, and they basically have all the figures that I bought in Wave 1 still in the pegs. Even Dracula. So, this, as you can probably figure out, what I did was, I took my receipts, I knew what each one was for, and because I went a few different times and purchased my Wave 1. And I repurchased all of Wave 1. And then I turned around the next day and I took them all back to the store with my original receipts and got my money back. And got them all for $9.74. So there's ways around things. They just made it harder. They could have just honored the thing and not maybe do the runaround, but I don't know. I mean, I don't feel guilty about it. I mean, I have all the right to return them and they still sell them, so what's the difference? I saved money either way. So anyway, so the only one I didn't return was Dracula, because I know he's hard to find too, and he's an in-demand one. So what I did was, instead of Dracula, I just returned the Charlie's Angels Kelly that I bought in place of Dracula. Since none of them ring upright anyway on the receipt, which I found out when I was bringing them back, because I had a receipt that I got from online which actually had the names of the characters on there. I bought Chekhov and Sulu and Alice, and I gave her the receipt and she's ringing them up. She goes, none of these match. I said, well, you can see right there on the receipt, it says which figures they are, and you got them in front of you, and you can see that they're not ringing up right. I said, all these figures here that I bought, all 6 of these figures ring up with the exact same UPC, even though they're all marked different. So, just forewarning, if you try to take things back to Target, you may have a problem when you run into Megos, because obviously, you know, they don't even work on their little handheld thing where they, you know, they go, oh, let's see, we don't even sell those Megos here. Or, thank God they didn't call them Megos, because then I probably would have slapped them. But anyway. So anyway, that's what I did. I kept the Dracula and returned the Kelly and got all my money back for all Wave 1, full price. And basically I got them all for the sale price. And now when I get my orders for the Wave 2 that I ordered, I'm taking the receipts in and I'm getting my refund on those too, to the $9.74 a piece and whatever else the ones. These are, well, the other thing is they marked these down to $14.99 on sale, because these weren't marked down when they marked down all the 8-inch figures. These were still $19.99. So that's why I ordered some of the other 14-inch figures. I figured for 15 bucks, that's what they're charging for these. I'll take a chance on some of them. I ordered Superman, Batgirl, I got Green Lantern, I ordered Poison Ivy. I went and broke down and ordered the Wonder Woman. She was the only one I really liked in Wave 1. So the Zod's terrible, and the Batman's terrible, and I don't really like Harley Quinn. So anyway, basically that's the story of my Target trip. And I I don't take back anything I said in the other video. They're still terrible. They still have no Wave 2 in the stores, at least the ones I've been in. I've been in a couple since this sale. I figured that they're probably trying to purge some of this Wave 1 so they can make room to put out the Wave 2 and then the Wave 3 in another month or so. But in my personal opinion, since they moved them to the aisle, they're not selling. Pegs were still jammed 2-3 days into the sale. I don't think people are seeing them in the aisles. I think when they were on the end cap, they were more of an impulse buy. People walking by going, oh, hey, cool, look at these, I remember these, or oh, hey, these are neat. Whereas, you know, unless you're specifically looking for a toy, you know, you're not probably going to go up and down the toy aisles and even notice these because they're like just jammed up in between all the figures on top of that. I mean, the only thing that might drag people over is the 25% off sale sign. They might see that and that might grab their attention. But I don't know, I'm not having a good feeling about this. I'm really having reservations about what's going to happen when Wave 3 comes out. I think Wave 1's still going to be clogging the pegs, and I don't know. I get the feeling I'm going to be ordering all Wave 3 online too. And if there's a hot figure in that line, I'm going to run into the same problem. And I only lucked out because I found this whole case in that one Target. And I'm not driving all over the whole damn valley to find Megos. That's just crazy. So anyway, like I said, I don't take back anything I said about what they're doing there at Target. They're still screwing things up. So I'm going to do a review on this guy. I'll unbox him. It'll be a separate video. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do a separate video on each character. That might be a lot. I see a lot of people have already done videos on them. But maybe I'll just do an unboxing of a couple of figures and then I'll do a review on all of them. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I know I'll do something with them. But there's very few I'm going to leave carded. But besides that, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't subscribed already and you like what you're seeing, I do videos on a lot of different subjects, not just action figures. You know, go ahead and subscribe and you know, click that little bell icon like they all say, and you'll be notified when I put out new videos. So we'll see you later.